This week is Parshas Mishpatim, and one of the beautiful things about this parsha that it gives us the obligation to give our fellow Jews interest-free loans, something that outside of the traditional observant Jewish community is unheard of. To give a person a loan without any interest, what are you making on it? But in Jewish life, it's very, very common. It's obligatory. It's also very dear to our family, to my family, because my grandfather, Reb Shimon Goldman of blessed memory, and my great-grandfather, Reb Yochanan Gordon of blessed memory, were both the ones that oversaw Gemilas Chesed Shemrei Shabbos in Crown Heights, an interest-free loan society in which they gave tens of millions of dollars over the year in interest-free loans. And on Mishpatim, in this week's Parsha, my great-grandfather until his passing in 1969, and following that, my grandfather until 1992 when the Rebbe had a stroke, would get up at Shabbos Parshas Mishpatim at the Rebbe's gathering, at the Rebbe's Farbrengen. They would share a story about the importance of giving loans. Then the Rebbe would give my grandfather or great-grandfather a bottle of L'chaim, of Smirnoff, to give out at the Malava Malka, at the gathering that would take place that Saturday night to raise funds for the Loan Society. Let's talk about loans. The Parsha says, Im Kesef Talvas Ami. And the Rambam says, Maimonides says, that it's a biblical obligation, a positive commandment, lahalvos la'aniyei Yisrael, to give loans to poor Jews. But that's questionable, or at least seemingly, because the Gemara says that the obligation of giving loans is both to rich people and poor people. Tzedakah, charity, goes to poor people. But loans, there's plenty of times that wealthy people need a loan, and it's our obligation to give them an interest-free loan. So why would the Rambam say specifically to a pauper, to poor people, when really the obligation is to both rich and poor? Says the Rebbe in 1986, the Rebbe said this, that it's true that you have to give loans to wealthy people, and it doesn't contradict what the Rambam says. Because what happens is, or what could happen, is that when a person's giving a loan to an actual poor person, to someone that doesn't have money, a day laborer, a blue-collar worker who needs a loan just to survive, they give it with love and empathy and mercy and compassion. But when they give a loan to a person that's inherently wealthy, but just right now happens to be going through a moment, they give them the loan, but they don't give it with the same love, because the guy's wealthy. Comes along the Torah, and the Rambam's emphasizing that any time someone needs a loan, at that moment, they are like a poor person. And therefore, they need to be treated with the same compassion and empathy that you would treat an actual full-time poor person. And once again, the Torah is emphasizing something so important, that it's not our job to judge. It's our job to help, and to see the person in need as a person in need without any prejudgment and pre-notions, and just give them what they need in that moment. And that is the beauty of this mitzvah of giving loans interest-free, because it's equal for anyone that needs it in that moment, and we need to treat them accordingly. Have a stupendous day, stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you back here soon.